All right, so why do you have to get used to doing things that you hate, right? So first of all, if you're watching this, I want you to look at different aspects of your life. Look at business, look at life, look at relationships, raising children, if that's what you're going through, different areas, right? And I'm pretty sure there's one part of it that you don't enjoy doing. And I use the word hate because it's like many people feel it, even though rationally you may say, oh, I don't hate it, I just dislike it. But it's like you feel like you hate it, or else you would do it, right, if you disliked it. But think of it as anything that's worth having and anything that's worth while, it requires you to do things that you're not used to doing. And for example, you probably want to be financially free, right? And I don't have to be a mind reader to say that, because that's what everyone wants anyway. But many people don't realize what it takes to actually become financially free, and what you have to actually do, and what it actually takes to get there. Guess what? You'll hate doing. Because unless you were born in an elite family or an upper class family, you weren't born doing all these things from a young age, so it didn't become a part of you of continue doing things, doesn't matter if you enjoy it or no. And in most cases, building a business, generating leads every day, giving presentations every day, closing sales every day, supporting clients, all that stuff doesn't feel good, right? Learning how to build a team, learning how to recruit, learning how to do all that doesn't feel good, right? Building a relationship, learning how to be stable within a relationship, supporting your partner, all of that, that may not feel good, right? Because you may have feelings of like, oh, they should be doing it by themselves. Why they don't already know this? Why are they not already like this? And all these things, right? But think of it as like, what's the alternative? Like you being single, or like, and many of you are like, yeah, obviously, but look at it 30 years down the line when all the people around you are actually married, and considering you actually have the right friends, then they're in a happy marriage, right? If you have friends that don't have the life that you want, it's like, why are they in your life? And it's a very harsh thing to say, but guess what? I've had friends and family members and things like that, but because they didn't have the life I had, I just don't spend that much time with them. Like I still see them once every few months, but you have to surround yourself with people who actually have what you want. Then it's like, what's the point? And not just have the things you want, but also have the type of mindset you want, right? Do you want people that just give up easily when shit gets hard, or do you want someone that like supports you at the same time to go through tough shit, because they're like, come on, let's create, let's do something, let's build, right? But you have to understand this point. It's like everything you want, the best relationship, the perfect relationship, the best business, the best everything, what it takes for you to do it, you're not going to enjoy. So instead of hating that part, instead realize the fact that you got programmed to think that it should feel good and that you should feel good most of the time. That was just a programming. But that's not how reality works. And once you understand that if you put feelings aside and do the thing that's actually best to do, and many times you know what's best to do, it just doesn't feel good. But if you can support yourself, or have the right community or the right mentor that can support you to walk through that, even if you feel bad, then at some point the feeling will change, and you'll realize, oh, it doesn't really matter whether I feel good or no, because I'm capable of doing it anyway and producing the result anyway. And that's what's so cool. It's like, how many people hate their freaking job, but they show up to the job and they make the company a bunch of money, and they get paid literally the least amount, right? But it's like, you hate the job, but why is it that you are still producing? So why not just do the things that you hate for yourself, so you don't build someone else's life, you build your own life and your own dreams, and stop caring whether it feels good or no. whether you hate it or no. Do it based on, is it actually best or no, right? Stop operating out of feelings and start looking at things from, what are your principles? Is your principles whatever feels good I'll do, or is it whatever's actually best I'll do, even if it doesn't feel good? Because spoiler alert, most of the time doing things that's best does not feel good, right? Like a relationship you're in, many people are in a relationship way longer than they should, and they know that that relationship isn't best, but they stay in it instead of doing what's best and actually separating, because it's both best for you and the other person, right? But it doesn't feel good. Or the opposite, right? There's many people that want to separate, right, because it doesn't feel good, but you actually can heal and can build the best relationship instead of just separating, because that's always the easy route, right? And that's where it gets tricky. It's like most people don't know whether they should separate, not separate, this, that. But that's why I'm part of different groups and I have created my own groups to support each other within these points. And I was fortunate enough to have the mentors that had the type of money I wanted, that had the type of relationships, right? Happy marriages for like 40 plus years, 20 plus years, 10 plus years, and so on and so forth. And they just supported me to understand like the recipe of how to have a happy marriage and all that, or how to even find the right person that to get married to and all that stuff. So I mean, if you don't know obviously where to start with any of that, I understand it could get overwhelming, but I'm just planting the seed of, it was not meant to feel good, or it was not meant for you to love everything. Everything that you love, you didn't love it initially, you hated it at first, right? Like let's say you enjoy driving a car. I could bet you that when you first started learning how to drive a car, you almost crashed and died, and it's like there's no way you love that. But now you're good at driving because you did it so much, right? So if you do the thing you hate over and over, you actually end up enjoying it because you become better at it, right? And then also if you need specific support with different things, I don't know, you want life advice or whatever, even though I don't give advice, I just ask questions and people already know what to do anyway. But if you need anything like that, you could just reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, all of that in the description. And I try to respond to as many people as I can because I don't have many subscribers, but I have people message me from other sources than social media. But I typically get back to people and we hop on calls and they ask me so many questions and I love it, right? So if that's one of you, if you're that one person that enjoyed it, you resonated with what I'm saying, how I'm sharing the message, because I'm not another YouTuber that wants to hype people up, get you motivated, but I just share the truth. It doesn't matter if your feelings are hurt, whatever. It's like, right? It's about what's practical, not what's about. It's not about what motivates you or feels good, right? So, yeah, everything's there. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe. I think even if you don't subscribe, YouTube still sends you stuff. But I don't know how that system works. I think if you subscribe, you get more of it. I don't know, but I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Do it. But if the video helped you, I made a ton more content, so enjoy.